Hello, this is Steve Thoele, principal broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another update on the Newberg real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, March 26th. Though, for those of you who have kids, welcome to spring break week. Hope you have a great week. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you, as I always do. Before I do that, I always do want to put a quick plug in here for my YouTube channel. And if you already haven't subscribed to it, I encourage you to do that. It's a great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local market. So before you leave, please subscribe. And if you find this of value, I always appreciate any likes and comments that you have as well. So with that, on with the update here. So looking at active listings first, this last week we had 5 new properties come on the market in Newberg. You can kind of see that that's kind of a low for the past 8 weeks in terms of weekly new listings, and a high of 10. So between 5 and 10 per week is kind of where we've been at over this past couple months. End of the week with 59 homes on the market, and you kind of see it has been very steady level of supply in Newberg over the past 2 months. You know, we had a low of 57 and a high of 61. So it's been super consistent on the supply side of the market. The price and days on market for the active listings, you can kind of see where that's trended. Both have been kind of down quite dramatically. The median list price had a high of 550 7 weeks ago. You can kind of see it got down to 512 about 3 weeks back. Past 2 weeks has been sitting at 522,000. And then days on market, look at that, quite a decrease from where we were 2 months ago in terms of, amount of time homes were kind of sitting on the market. So we were up to about 3 months of market time, 7 weeks back, and it's kind of gotten down to about 37 days as of this last week in Newberg. Moving on to pending sales. So this last week, had a slow week for pendings in Newberg. We only had 3 this last week, and that's kind of down. That's the low point for the 8 weeks here, as you can kind of see, and that follows the high point of 11 the week prior in terms of new pendings. And then ended the week with 46 homes in pending status, down a couple from the week prior, and that's been fairly tight range as well, with a low of 42 and a high of 49. Median price and days on market for those pendings, you can kind of see where that's gone. We had a high of 535 for a couple weeks, then it really dipped down really low, quite dramatically for a couple weeks, down at 475, 480, and then the last 3 weeks it's popped back up into the kind of the 520s, so 522, 525 range. And then the days on market for the pendings, you can kind of see, again, we had about 94 days of average market time, to begin with, when things were slower during the winter months. And that's dropped as well. Latest reading is about 55 days of market time for the current 46 homes in pending status. And then lastly, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, showed we had 6 properties go from pending to sold this last week in Newberg. You can kind of see where that fits. We had a low of 1 and a high of 10 per week. And when I look over the prior 4 weeks of activity, kind of on a week by week basis, you can kind of see that built up to about a high of 35 homes sold about 3 weeks back over the prior 4 weeks, and it's trended back down here over the past couple of weeks. This latest reading is 28, so 28 homes have sold over the prior 4 weeks. It's about 7 a week over the past month. And then the median price and days on market for the solds, you can kind of see that that's you've been trending down here. Had a high of 550 about 6 weeks back, and you kind of see it's down to 450 this last week. So, homes that have, getting more activity has been, in the mid 4s in terms of a median price. And then days on market, man, what a drop here. We had a high of 117 days about 5-6 weeks back, and, it's continued to drop. And this last reading was 12 days for these 28 homes that have most recently sold. The average market time was 12 days. So things have definitely kind of heated back up in Newberg over this past month. And then lastly here, we'll look at weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percentage of the original list price. So again, when inventory got way up to about 26 weeks of inventory about 8 weeks back, and then kind of dropped quite dramatically over the next month. and hit a low point. I know you can't see it here because of the overlap, but got down to about 7 weeks of inventory here about 3 weeks back, and it's trended up a little bit. We're now about a little over 8 weeks of inventory. So just about 2 months worth of inventory right now based upon the current amount of supply and the amount of demand that we have in Newberg. And then the sale price is the percent of the original list price. That's been kind of a yo-yo here over the past 2 months. We started off at about 93, 94%. That dip clear down to about 98%, 88%, excuse me. And then now it's been reversing and headed back up. So this latest reading is just about 97% of the original asking price is what the most recent homes have sold for. So pricing is definitely kind of firming back up. Sellers are not having to take the reductions that they were happening to take before. So definitely it's kind of swinging back more to a seller's market here as of late, and just with the low amount of supply that we have, and people do definitely want to continue to buy homes, and spring kind of coming on, which is typically a busy time. I would definitely think this is probably this uptrend is going to continue here. So so we will see. So hope the latest update has been helpful for you. As always, if I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always happy to help in what you're looking to do in terms of either buying or selling a home. So all my contact information is below the video, so don't hesitate to reach out. My phone number and email are down there. And really appreciate you watching the video. Hope you have a great spring break week this week, and look forward to seeing you on the next video.